Spartans! What is your profession?
They see the wins, but they don't see the work. They don't see the pioneer digging in the dirt, digging to the core. This that 305 hustle, baby. Let's ride. They call me pioneer, I'm digging to the core. You just want to shine, I'm the one who found the ore. I'm a one-man wrecking crew, I open tune. Knocking down these milestones one by noon. I'm a ultimate team player, but I lead the tech. Put the whole damn city, put the team up on my back. Yeah, I run the new stack, building on the mainframe. This that tech coach hustle, building up the brain. I don't back down, I just double up the work. When they shut the door, I find another quirk. In the system, in the market, man, I'm always on. One-man army from the dusk, come to the dawn. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One-man army, but I move like a boss. Never backing down, I just pay the call. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One-man army, but I move like a boss. Yeah, I run this game, I just pay the call. This ain't your rap talk, this is my real life. Built a new foundation, cutting through the strife. Got the new tech running, stacking up the data. Got the AI working heavy, I'm the new creator. I'm a boss to my team, the new recruits. Show them how to win, how to get the loot. From the live stream to the brand new platform. I'm the one they call when they in a damn storm. I'm a pioneer, man, in that digital stack. Got the new school models running in the back. I don't just chase the goals, man, I hunt them down. This a one-man conquest, hand me the crown. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One-man army, but I move like a boss. Never backing down, I just pay the cost. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One-man army, but I move like a boss. Yeah, I run this game, I just pay the cost. It's deeper than the money, this is for the bloodline. Gotta make them see a hustler who's gonna always shine. Make sure that the legacy is set in stone. Show them how to build a whole damn world all on their own. This that on the map mindset, on the track. Like a grandmaster planning the attack. I'm the ultimate team player cause I build a whole team. I'm the one-man army that supply the whole dream. From the new speech to the coaching plan. I'm putting my whole soul into the master plan. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One-man army but I move like a boss. Never backing down, I just pay the cost. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One-man army, but I move like a boss. Yeah, I run this game, I just pay the cost. One-man dynasty, with the whole team meeting. It's that pioneer flow. Maximize everything.
Welcome back. Little bit of technical difficulties as usual, but you know how we do it over here. I am Techo Ralph. We are Engineered to Win. I am that one-man army on my pioneer flow. That was excessively loud. All right, how's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? Tonight is Tuesday, November 11th. Happy Veterans Day to all of my veteran friends and any veteran out there. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you so much for your service. I truly appreciate it for you taking care of our country, keeping us safe in whatever capacity that you serve.
I appreciate you.
You get the first I appreciate you for tonight. Thank you guys so much. Really thank you for everything that you do, keeping us safe. All right, we are going to continue with our Flutter mobile testing, widget testing, unit testing, all that good stuff. Last week we did the new feature that's not totally complete yet, but we started implementing the test for that. This week we're going to go back to some older tests, so some older functionality to add some unit tests and widget tests to those. We're going to be using Kilo, we're going to be using Gemini, all of that good stuff and some great break time conversations that we're going to be getting into. All right. Let me, I am doing like 5 things at once right now. I need to move some files over so that what happened to me last time does not happen to me this time. So I am going to do that. So that doesn't look good. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I gotta figure this thing out. All right. So we have these videos here. Got the. Okay, we're good. Ooh, I thought I deleted a bunch of files. That was not gonna be a good thing, but we are good. All right, let me move some more files over. Hey, we will do it live. All right, raw video. And we're gonna move. Cool, got it. All right, so let's take care of a little bit of housekeeping really quick. First and foremost, let me make sure my chat is working. Let's go to drop this in the chat, make sure it shows up. Oh my goodness, what a day, what a week, what a weekend. How was your weekend, by the way? I haven't spoken to you since. How was your weekend, by the way? Is it showing up in there? Let's go to, yes, it is. All right, cool, perfect. Let me pin that to the top of the chat. Let's check out Resume Flow and techcoachrapp.dev. Pinning that to the top of the chat right now to get your resume analyzed, get some feedback on how the ATS sees your resume, and techcoachrapp.dev. Join me this coming Saturday for a vibe, code, and chill. I'm going to be talking about a few different things. I'm going to be showing some enhancements to the coaching portal, some enhancements to the content creation assistant platform that I'm working on. The waitlist is live, but I haven't really shared it out yet because I was tinkering around with it to do some a little bit more stuff. And I'm going to be sharing with you how I have been setting up my content strategy recently to automate the workflow of shorts, and so pretty much everything is kind of working together, but sometimes I get pulled away to work. Look, I have ADD and ADHD. So I will be super focused on something that I shouldn't be focused on because I have something more pressing to do. It's a mess. It is a mess, but we are here and we will make it work. We will make it work. All right. Now, let's jump into a little bit of housekeeping real quick. First and very foremost, thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to the Tech Coach Off channel. Whether you have been with me for a very, very long time or whether you are brand new, I just want to tell you that I appreciate you so much for allowing me to add value into your life. You let me, because you could be doing anything. You could be watching basketball, you could be watching football, you could be watching hockey, baseball. Baseball is over, but you could be watching anything. You could be watching who knows what, your favorite reality TV, who knows, right? But you are here with me, learning with me, growing with me, as I do at least 3 times live a week, and providing you content to help you have that mindset shift. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all of your support and you allowing me to connect with every last one of you.
I appreciate you.
Shout out to the tech barbarians out there, all of the Tech Coach Off Patreon members who work so hard running in marathons, building applications, learning how to do product management, how to do QA, working on different projects, different internships. Your work does not go unnoticed. You are building your future, building your pathway. You are on your pioneer flow. You are your one man or one woman army. We are the very, very best.
We the best.
Yes, we are. And shout out to all of the YouTube channel members, my tech mercenaries who allow me to get this message out across the entire world. Thank you so much for supporting and for being the mercenaries that you are, working so hard diligently as well. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right, quick announcements. Tomorrow, I will be releasing a video. I'll be premiering a video at noon Eastern time. I'm going to be sharing with you the plugin that I created thanks to Rod Brown, although it was at the most inopportune time that he shared this information with me, but he did. It was 11:52 p.m. That's the time. That's when he sent me, oh, I found this really cool thing right when I was about to go to sleep. And then I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Yep, that's what he did to me. And then he went to sleep. He sent me that link and then he went to sleep. And I was working throughout the night to get this OBS plugin to work for YouTube embedded videos so they can properly be played, so that it could actually look like this. So I'm going to be showing you tomorrow how I built this, and I will make the script available. So it was how I made, let me see, let's go to this one and we will go to, boom. Oh my goodness, what's going off my video? Give me a second. I know what happened. Let's go here. I'm gonna have to do this for every one of them. All right, cool. Let's do that. Cool. So how I got this to work, because a lot of people, they try to do this and it does not work. That's how they just want to, right? And they're like, how dare you? But it doesn't work. So I built a plugin for OBS, a Python script for OBS to get this to work like that. So I'm going to be showing that tomorrow, how it worked. And the Python script is going to be available to you inside at techodrop.dev for free. So you can go over there, download it. I'm also uploading an extended version of the video tonight for the Patreon members. They'll get it tonight with the script available starting tonight. That shows the details of the script, because in the video tomorrow, I'm not walking you to all this, like the step-by-step about how the script works. I will be showing those details tomorrow, and you will have the script as well. So you can check that out. And then what I plan to do on a Thursday night live stream, I plan to do something I never thought I would do before. I am going to get into a little bit of C++. A little bit of C++ in my life. That doesn't sound right, but I'm going to try a little bit of C++ because I would like to make this an even better OBS plugin where I can actually have, like, I have a vision in my mind, right? So we're going to see if the C++ software is able to use Kilo code, so that we can see if we can have Kilo help us write this, Kilo and Gemini help us write this C++ code, so that we can get our OBS YouTube plugin to work the way that this, because this is working decent. It's working pretty good. I have to say, it's working pretty good, but I'm very picky. I am very picky. There's a way that I see it working, and it's not working exactly like that yet, where I'll describe you how I want it to work tomorrow in tomorrow's video. So you definitely want to tune in at noon Eastern time tomorrow. And then Thursday night live, we're going to try to build it the way that I want to build. We might not get through the whole thing, but it's going to be a start. It will be a start. So that is what we got upcoming the next couple of days. Like I mentioned earlier, Saturday, we do have a vibe code and chill session where we are going to be meeting up, talking, discussing. I'm going to be showing you some of the different progressions of the app, and I'm going to be talking about some content strategy, and I am working with Magnetar, my guy Magnetar in the chat right now, on a little something special as I decide on the date about that on the date. I will announce more, but I will give you a hint, right? Don't tell anybody about this, but we're going to be doing something about crypto, right? At techodrop.dev, coming very, very soon, right? But I will let you know. It's between you and me, but it's going to be me and Magnetar doing something with crypto at techodrop.dev, coming very, very soon. All right. But I will keep you posted on that. Don't tell anybody yet, because it's not official yet, but be free, right? All right. But that's everything that we have coming up this coming week. We did not have a Scrum night this past Sunday because my tech barbarians were scattered around the world doing different things. But so that's going to be not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday, and all that good stuff. Right. But that is everything. Those are all the announcements. Let me check the chat, and then we shall get to work. My guy Magnetar hit me with the Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
What's up? What's happening, Magnetar? How is your day going? How is your week going? How was your weekend? My weekend was a little crazy. I'll tell you this, Mark. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is what happened, right? Let me see. We moved into this place back in 2015, I believe, and we got some appliances, and they were old. Some of them started messing up, and I was like, "Oh, we got to get a stove. We got to get a stove," but we never really looked into it. And then somehow, just this past Friday, I'm telling you, literally, before we went to jujitsu on Friday night, I was like, yeah, we really need to look into the stove because like this one, like half the burners aren't working. It's washed up, it's done. And then I get back from jujitsu on Friday, and like the glass on the stovetop, it's broken. I'm like, oh my goodness, what happened? So it looks like something slipped out of somebody's hand and broke the glass. I was like, that is all. I was like, well, it's not awesome that it fell out of their hand and it broke the glass because somebody got hurt. But I was like, yes. We had to go get a stove on Saturday, and then on Sunday, I found a replacement dishwasher. So I got the dishwasher. So we installed the stove. So on Sunday night, trying to install the dishwasher, and I was like, oh, we need to get this adapter piece, and then I found out, oh, actually, when I installed the garbage disposal, there was a dishwasher plug that I was supposed to take out. I didn't know anything about.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I did. I was like, what the heck? It's funny too because the dishwasher that we had before, it wasn't getting water into it. So, but then when we tried to get then it wasn't really draining either. However, I didn't know that there was a plug that had to be removed. That's why you should always read the instructions or watch on YouTube how to do it, right? But figured that out, got the plug out yesterday, put everything in, put it in the dishwasher, use it. Everything is working perfectly, but it has been an exhausting week. I've actually been very, very happy to be busy at work because taking care of all this stuff at home has been really tiring, right? But we are here and we do not, I repeat, we do not miss.
Let's get it.
All right. So, no icebreaker for today. We are going to get straight to work. Nothing there's many things I could talk about, but I want to get to work. And then we have our break time discussions, and it is what it is. So, we are going to jump first segment. We're going to be jumping into Android Studio, writing more tests. So let me go ahead and open that up. We don't need Docker. We don't really, well, do we? No, I don't think we need, no, we don't need the other, what do you call it? We don't really need an emulator right now either. We just need to get our test working. So I am going to put this up right here. And so we're working on Flutter unit test, widget test, integration test, and for the time cost calculator, right? And we are going to, let me see, where are we? Oh, I have to do this other thing too. Hold on. Let's go to this thing working. Let me do this too. All right, there we go. All right, let's go to make sure I got this right. Oh, all right, let me check my file moving. Let's say we do. Oh my goodness, 117 gigs of data that's moving over. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing? And you know what? Shame on me because I should have been ready for this. All right. We're going to put up our first 20 minutes on the clock, and hopefully everything goes well. Yeah, better. Got some more space. So I should be getting a lot of this space back. All right. But first 20 minutes, let's go. Let's get it.
It's time to do.
Oh, goodness gracious. I should have closed this thing. All right. Give me a second. Oh, my goodness. Give me a second. What am I doing with my life? All right, let's go to let's go to this side first. And let's go to, what happened was I had OBS open before I plugged it to the monitors into the camera, and that's why I am having some camera issues, but we're here, we're gonna survive. All right, so we have our first 20 minutes up and running. We are going to, first thing we're gonna do, because we're getting a bunch of errors here, we are going to try running our tests, and then we will, so these tests are for, let's see, these tests are for storage tests. So let's just run these tests and see what happens. Let me see, what is this? Import adapters. All right, so let's run these tests and we will systematically take care of them one by one. All right, so error. So all right, basically I just said let's run these tests, and as we get the errors, we're going to pass the errors into Kilo or into Gemini, or not Gemini, but into Kilo, and it's going to say this is why this isn't working, and we will have it created, and we'll fix it from there. So, and it's very, very important that we get our unit tests and our widget tests working, because we do not want to have issues when we go to deploy. We should not be in the habit of having bugs once we release, especially major bugs, you know. Sometimes there are little bugs that they're going to live, but it is not it's not the way that we should be moving. All right, so I'm going to copy this error, and I'm going to say we're going to do a new task and say when I run the storage service tests .dart, I am getting these errors. Go here. We're going to send that off. And just for more visibility, I am going to move this, not there. I'm going to move this like that. And I am going to move this up like this. Move that like that. And I'm going to move this one so we can see everything. There we go. That's much better. Now I have my assistant. And I have the code right here. So they should start fixing issues. I gotta figure out why. There's gotta be something in the pathway that causes, let me see, I wonder if there's a way I can configure this. Because every time it tries to do one of these Flutter commands, it can't find it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Display, test notification, context, prompts. I don't know where they would have that. Anyways, let's see. Just run this myself. Let's go to terminal. Run that. Deprecated, use Dart run instead. All right, I'm going to use Dart Let's do that. Okay, so if I do, so use Flutter Pub instead of Dart. All right, let's try Flutter Pub. Use Dart Run. It's deprecated. Use Dart Run instead. Okay, so we will go to Dart Run. Okay, it says failed because resolving dependencies failed because time cost calculator depends on Flutter test from SDK, which doesn't exist. The Flutter SDK is not available. Version so okay. Flutter users should use Flutter Pub instead of Dart Pub. Okay, let me see something. Brew install Flutter. Let's see if they have Flutter as brew, because this thing has been annoying me. Looks like it. All right, 24 minutes ago. Okay, cool. All right, looks like it has Flutter. So I'm installing Flutter directly so that hopefully the agent can use it from the computer and not only from, and I don't have to do a bunch of this manual stuff over and over again. Speed. All right, cool. Almost done downloading. My upload isn't too bad. All right, so Flutter is installed. Now let's see which Flutter is going to be used. Alrighty then. Cool, Flutter is installed. All right, so I'm going to do which Flutter. And that is not the one that I want to use. Linking binary. All right, so let's do a shoot. Source. Dot C shrc. Okay, now if I try which Flutter. Darn it. Let me try this. New terminal. We say which Flutter. Okay, so there we go. All right. Let's try. I'm just gonna close and open back up. Give me a second. Just close the whole thing down. Android Studio. All right, so we have this open back up. Now if I do a which Flutter, okay. Let's go back to this one and we are going to say, oh, my files are done. Let me go here, make sure all my files are done. They are done. All right, so let's go ahead and do. Let me try this one again. I have to do it manually for now, but hopefully with future. Hopefully with future. In the future, when it tries to do this, it let's try this. Resume task. This view is not available when the index is built. Okay, let's try that again. Time cost calculator depends on Flutter. Try using Flutter. Okay. Weird. All right, let's see what's happening here. All right. It says I have now completed the necessary code modifications. While I was unable to run the Flutter due to environment issue, the project is now prepared. Let me see. No, I don't want you to run the test again. So did you forget to add a dependency? So, all right, I'm going to say, but it says use Flutter run instead, or Dart run instead. Let me try that. But I thought we did that already and it said we had a different issue. All right, so I'm going to, Flutter users should use Flutter pub. Maybe we can't do run. All right, so I'm gonna copy this and say, here is the error that I'm getting. Oops. Edit. Stop. Stop. All right, whatever. Whatever. Let's see what happens. All right, thank you for providing the error. They confirmed that the build running package is not listed as a dependency in your project. And there's an issue with the Flutter. Okay, cannot find the package. Okay, see, now that's good because now because we did the install of Flutter officially on the computer, now it's able to do the get command. So we're not going to have this issue with Flutter anymore. So that's a good thing. So depending on the system that you're using, you want to make sure that you have your Flutter commands working as they should. So right now it's updating all the necessary dependencies. I do not want it to run my test for me. I've analyzed a new error, reveals two main problems. If it tries to run another test, I'm going to stop it because I don't want it to run my tests. Because when you let it run the test for you, it is going to cost you a fortune. See how it's doing that? I'm going to stop it after this one. All test pass. All right, that's good. So that should stop now on its own. But I'm not going to allow it to run the test for me in the future. Because look at that. It already took us to 39 cents. 39 whole freaking cents. All right. So we have to be more mindful of that. What in the world is going on over there on my mobile view? Hold on. Why is my mobile view not working? Give me a second here. Me fix me. Where am I? Hold on 1 second. Have that. Where's me? Where is me? There I go. Look at that. I've been missing in action on the mobile side of things. Here I am. Okay, cool. Let's go to. So you make one little mistake and everything goes to, you know what? and you know where. All right, let's go to. So that's working. All right, so let's run this test again. Make sure everything is passing. I'm gonna run it manually. Sweet, look at that. And we are going to say, all right, so that one is done. That is the storage. Let's see, can we do a general storage or general run? We have our tests. This is inside of unit tests. So the storage test is run. It's good. The time cost formula, that should be good too. That was the first one that I ever wrote. So now, how can we? Let's say if we go to test, focus, test timer. Let's go to edit configuration. Let's add a new configuration, and I want to do all test in file. Let's say all in directory. We're going to choose the test directory that we want to run the tests on. Where is the project that we're working on? We want to say Android Studio projects. Then we want to say time cost calculator. And maybe in here. Let's go in here. And we say, all right, there we go. Test in unit. I don't think I have any additional arguments. So let's say apply. Okay. And if we run these tests, so now I should run both tests. I should run the tests that are, there we go. We have our storage tests that are passing. We have our time cost formula tests that are passing as well. Okay, so now we are going. I'll check that in a few. Let's go over to our widget tests. So let's do. So we have our unit test. I'm going to do another configuration for our widget tests. Add new configuration, and we're going to say all in directory, the same way that we just did for the unit test. We're going to do for the widget test. Open. I don't have any additional arguments. Okay. And we can say widget tests. These I'm sure are going to have issues. Yep, look at that. Bunch of issues. More, a lot of issues on the here, not as much on the income setup screen. All right. And we have to make sure that this over here doesn't try to do it for us. So let's start off with over here, right? Message corrupted. What does that mean? All right, so I'm going to say, let's just copy this whole thing. Oh man, that's a lot of code that's messed up. All right, let's go to, should just be, all right, let's go to the top. All right, so let me say, let's go up to validate. All right, let's go up to here. And I'm going to say, when I run the widget test to validate
lunch break,
title is correct, I am getting this error. Let's see if we can get this one done, and then we'll go to break to get to our first topic of tonight. And I'm also, before we even get to our first topic, I'm going to go off plan just a little bit where I want to try to edit my Stream Deck to show the actual countdown time on the Stream Deck, so I can actually know how much time is left in a time slot. So that's gonna be very helpful for me. I don't really need it on the screen, but I would like to at least have somewhere to look to know how much time is left. Okay, let's see. Now I've improved the mock format. Don't run it for me. I'm gonna kill it in just a second. Cause you see how it's already at $1? Yeah, I'm gonna stop it. Cause I don't need it to fix everything for me. See how it's gonna just keep going? I'm gonna stop it. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Because that cost me a lot of money last time. But I am gonna run it one more time though. To see, this is main.dart. I don't want main.dart. I want what were we running? We were running all the widget tests. I just wanted them to do one, not everything. Title is still failing. So what I'm gonna actually do, I'm gonna take this code into Gemini possibly, and not into the VS agent. But anyways, let's go to break. Let me check the chat real quick, and then we shall look into getting. I'm gonna see if I can get this Stream Deck thing to work, and then we're gonna get to our first break time conversation, our first break time topic. Let me see. We got my guy Junior in the building. What's up, Junior? How are you doing today? That's a rhetorical question. I know you are doing absolutely phenomenal. So shout out to my guy, Junior. Do me a favor, if you have not done so, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, join us at techodrop.dev. We have an amazing vibe coding show session coming up this coming Saturday. You do not want to miss it. I will be talking about the different applications that I've been working on, giving some insight into streamlining my content creation and all of that good stuff. We need to put systems in place, all right? But let me go and pull up my Stream Deck screen to see if this is even possible. So this is let's go to this screen. This is my Stream Deck, right? And I want this button over here to act. I don't know if it's even possible. If I click on this, it just shows me an icon, but I don't want an icon. I want a countdown. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that is possible to show the time or a countdown. I don't think so. That would be my ultimate. Let me see. Let me do a Google search on that. Is it possible? Is it possible? I know they have a time thing on there. Is it possible to have a count down timer on Stream Deck button? You can have a countdown timer on a Stream Deck button by using a dedicated plugin such as Stream Countdown Timer from the Elgato Marketplace or other third-party providers. These plugins allow you to set a timer that displays directly on the button with the icon and time counting down in real time until it expires. You can configure the timer to flash a specific color or play a sound when it finishes. Interesting. Let's see if we can do that. I don't know how I feel about this. Let's see. Count down. Or okay, so this has there's a few of these timers over here. Stream countdowns, countdown timer. None of them are, well, let me see what this one does. These are just clocks. I don't see a particular countdown on there. Let's see about this one. This isn't bad. Although this is just telling me the time as well. Maybe this one. Oh, okay, there we go. There we have some countdowns over here. Let me see about this one. That one's only on Windows as well. Let's only on Windows. What gives? Come on. I guess we're gonna have to build our own. Yeah, all these are only on Windows. Wow. Wow. We will have to build our own then. That's the case. Because this is only for time. Oh, that sucks. On air clock. Let's see. On air clock. A versatile and configurable. What does that mean? Create your on-air clock, broadcast like a pro. Does that have a count? I mean, you gotta be kidding me. There's no countdown here. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see. Time, tomato, task timer. Let's see what this one, I don't even have a image for this one. Balance work and breaks, tomato timer. Well, that might work. This might work. Work, pause, work, break. Let's try this one. But the problem though with that is the problem with this, when I press it, I also need something else to happen. All right, let's see what happens with this one. So if we go into here, let me go and use a dummy one. Let's go into here. And let's go to delete that. And tomato timer. What if we take that here and we say work time? Work time 20. Our alarm sound. Put a custom sound in there. That'll actually work, actually. Let me go to, well, how about the start though? How about the starting time? When the timer ends. Let's say we were to do, oh, I know what we can do. We can go to, but is it going to show it on the screen? Let me go to what if we were to do multi-action and we say tomato timer? Oh, where? System multimedia. Where is that one that we just added? Can it not be added in here? We go back up here. Oh, that's like a top level one, huh? Interesting. If I go in here, then it's not going to be available. All right, whatever. I'll figure this out later. But I was curious. On what the possibilities could be, but nothing right now. Nothing right now. All right. Check the chat, and then I will officially get to our first break time topic. We have the one, the only Rod Brown in the building. Says, salute to my tech family. Shout out to you, Rod Brown. How are you doing tonight, Rod Brown? And Rod Brown, I have to say that I am offended. I thought we were just family. Apparently, we are only just tech family. See how it is. I mentioned earlier that tomorrow I'm going to be releasing the video on how I built the plugin, thanks to you who sent it to me at 11:52 p.m. and had me up to like 4 a.m. trying to get this plugin to work. And now you say hello as only tech family.
Bruh.
I got you, Rod Brown. I see how it is. But it's all good though. It is all. I'm not gonna cry. I am not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed a tear. All right, not gonna shed a tear. All right, let's get into our first topic for tonight. Wayfair co-founder said, before you quit your job, ask yourself these two questions. Let's see what this Wayfair co-founder is talking about. Let's go over to here. See if that one works. Right, that works. Right. So, Wayfair co-founder, if you want to quit your job and pursue a side hustle, ask yourself these two questions first. Where are the? All right, let me get this up and out of here. All up in my way. This brought to us by CNBC on the Make It section. All right, so there we go. So let's see what they're talking about. So this is written by Tom Huddleston Jr., not senior, but junior, right? Wrote this, right? And I'm guessing this is the Wayfair co-founder. So Wayfair CEO and co-founder Niraj Shah. I heard some crazy things about this Wayfair CEO, but it's all good. All right, it says, quitting your day job to turn a side hustle into your full-time focus requires a leap of faith. It requires betting on you. You shouldn't take that risk without first asking yourself a couple of key questions, according to Niraj Shah. Shah, who co-founded home goods e-commerce company Wayfair in 2002 and serves as its CEO, believes budding entrepreneurs should be cautious when considering leaving the relative security of a full-time job for the uncertainty of running a business, he said in a recent episode of How I Built This podcast. I'm going to tell you this, right? There is security in working for a quote unquote full-time job, but that security can also be taken from you like that. So you gotta take this with that mindset of, at any given moment, in most states, for any reason, they can say, I'm sorry, but you gotta get up and out of here. All right. It says, often if you don't pursue something you want, you'll have regrets, Shah said. But obviously, if you do something reckless, you could have different regrets. That is true as well. That is true as well. The idea of becoming your own boss and potentially building a successful, sustainable business can be tempting. Keep in mind, 99% of small businesses go out of business within what? A year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years at the most. It's also a major commitment with no guarantees of success. There are plenty of people who say, you got to build your own thing and all, like, only work for yourself. I don't want to work for the man. I don't want to work for anybody. When you have a regular 9-to-5 job, you are working for the company that hires you. You're working for your immediate boss, maybe one more person. But when you have your own business, you are working for all of your customers, all of your subscribers, all of your followers, your members, all the people that you service. They are all your boss. Because guess what? One bad review can turn into 2 bad reviews, can turn into 10 bad reviews, and it could all be fake. So you got to keep that in mind as well. He's right about that. Shaw's advice: create a path to what he calls a no regret decision, where even if it doesn't work out, you'll be happy you tried it. To do that, ask yourself 2 key questions to determine your level of conviction and financial readiness. Shaw recommended. The first question: have you been able to progress your business to a point where you feel like it's worth the risk and the effort of making it your full-time vocation? That's a great question. And I'm curious to see what the second one is, right? Think about your current level of confidence in the business itself, not just what you believe it can become, but where it actually stands now. Look, there was somebody who had a song a long time ago who said they believe they can fly. Well, that person with the song was a human and they could not fly. So just because you believe you can do something doesn't mean that it's actually possible. A lot of times your quote unquote beliefs mean nothing if they are not backed by facts, which is what he's saying. Do your beliefs, are they supported by facts? Right? Consider the specific goals of your business, from revenue targets to the number of customers or clients you want to be able to serve, and be realistic about how close you are to achieving them. If you know what the business needs to do, to survive and thrive, and you're confident that the odds of it working is high enough to hit those goals with your full-time focus, then that's an important first step towards taking the leap, Shaw said. Producing recurring revenue and growing customer base are potential green light metrics that might suggest that your business could grow further with the right strategy and your full-time attention, podcast host Guy Rod suggested. And here's the thing. If you do not have any responsibilities, any commitments, any bills, that's a lot easier to pull off. But if you have a bunch of people depending on you and you're just like, well, I'm going to go and take this leap of faith and I'm just going to drop everything and then 6 months down the road goes by and it's like, so what is so-and-so doing? Well, he's trying to build his own business, but he doesn't have any income coming in, or she doesn't have any income coming in. Well, gotta keep that in mind. That's why the suggestion is you work your side hustle until it starts to overtake your main hustle, so that your side hustle becomes your main hustle and your main hustle becomes your side hustle. The second question. What is the second question? So much for that. It says, the second question is more personal and pragmatic, Shah said. Are you in a position financially where you can afford to take that risk? Okay, there we go. Billionaire serial entrepreneur Mark Cuban has worded a similar concept even more bluntly. Save your money first. Don't just leave your job unless you know what the hell you're doing. That's a fact, Cuban told Wired in October 2023. We hear all these stories about all these people who quit their jobs, yes, started a company and made all of this money, Cuban said. What you don't hear are the stories of the people who quit their jobs, started a company, and failed, yes, failed miserably, and are now working at a job that they hate.
Bruh.
It's true. It is true. You know, the saying, don't quit your day job. Because a lot of times, just because you like something and you think something is valuable, that doesn't mean the rest of the world thinks it's valuable. So you have to put it out. You have to test the waters. You have to test the waters. Like, if you're going to be opening a sailboat shop in, like, I don't know, Montana or something, I don't know. It might not be the best business idea. Just saying. All right. It says some financial planners recommend putting aside enough money to cover your personal and business expenses for up to 12 months before quitting your job to run your own business full time. Cumin suggested saving at least 6 months of living costs. Not enough in my eyes. If you can't ensure that you and your family would survive your business's worst rough patch, you probably aren't ready to quit your job yet, said Shaw. I agree. You could, however, find alternative forms of financial preparedness beyond your personal savings, like asking a friend and family for a loan or investment to give yourself more financial flexibility, he said. Whoa, wait 1 second there.
Do not come.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you right now. Do not ask me for a small business loan. Whether I'm a friend, a family, an enemy, a comrade, or a adversary, do not ask me for a small business loan. The federal government is just about open again. The SBA, Small Business Administration, they may or may not give you a loan, right? But I will not be. I can sit with you, I can show you how to do stuff, but I will not be giving you a loan. And if I do, the interest on it might be just 35%. No guarantees. No guarantees. All right. So, but do not ask me for a small business loan because I am not a bank. All right. If you say you're very convicted, then I would try to think through the money piece and figure out if there's a path that makes it worthwhile. Alternatively, this thing is annoying me. Hold on, give me a second. I didn't see that hiding over there. Get rid of that. I gotta just turn off this plugin altogether. Get out of here. There we go. Alternatively, consider finding a creative in-between option. If your employer doesn't want to lose you, for example, you could negotiate reduced hours at your day job so you have more time for your side hustle, said Shaw. Or, and here's my question, would Shaw allow one of his employees to work less hours to focus more on their side hustle? Or, Ross suggested, hire a part-time employee to help you grow the side business. If your company's not making any money, how are you going to afford a part-time employee? And if it is making money, then you probably don't need a part-time employee. You can just do it full-time at that point. Like, I don't know. Just be careful, Shaw said. Such arrangements could reduce your pay or cost you money and damage your ability to financially protect yourself and your future business. I wouldn't give up the job too quickly for sure, Shaw said, adding, but is there something different than an all or nothing? Good point. Good point. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about your side hustle. Quitting your job. Would you quit your job if you were not sure that whatever you're going to do is going to be sustainable and supply and, keep your lifestyle? Or are you just going to wing it, say, you know what? I believe in myself and I'm just going to quit and I am going to open up this hot dog stand. I mean, I've literally heard people talking about quitting their job to open up a hot dog. Some hot dog stands make a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But is that your plan, to quit your job and open up a snow cone stand? I don't know. Maybe a hot dog food truck. Who knows? I don't know. Anyways, that's the topic. That is our first topic for tonight. All right. We are going to be jumping back into work, but let me check the chat real quick to see if there's anything new going on. If not, we will get back to our next segment of work. Let's see. Rod Brown did not appreciate me blaming him for my misfortunes. Well, It is what it is, Rod Brown. You are the person who gets to blame for sending me a message at 11:52 p.m. on Discord, telling me about this cool new thing that you found, and then me going down the rabbit hole. Because you should know that I have ADD and OCD, that I would be, committed to figuring this out without having my full attention on it. So it's your fault. You should know better. All right. We are going to jump into our next topic for the night. Oh, my guy Junior took off. He said, enjoy the rest of the stream. Bible study time. Shout out to my guy Junior. All right. Let's get to our next. I'm very disappointed that the timer thing did not work, but it is what it is. I will have to build it myself, maybe. Where is it? All right, cool. Let's get to it.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. Let me see what we're getting. So I'm just gonna run the one that's failing. We're gonna fix it one by one. It says expected to find text. Let's just run this one by itself. All right. I'm gonna employ the help of Gemini on this one so that Kilo doesn't charge us a fortune. Or not Kilo, but whatever, like our Gemini API doesn't cost a fortune. So I'm gonna copy that and I'm going to go to Gemini. And I'm going to say I am running tests in Flutter and I'm getting errors. Here is the error that I'm getting. And this is the test file. I'm gonna copy the whole file and see what they say. Start off with that. That way we can start to fix this programmatically on our own instead of relying on the agent to do it, because the agent is going to cost us money. Here with doing a Gemini, because of our subscription, we are not going to be paying when using this UI of it. But if we use it through the API, that's going to cost us money. And, I also like doing it like this because I get to read through what the issue is, what the fix is, and get some hands-on practice with this stuff. So let's wait for the results. Oh, I hate when they give me choices. All right. This is a common. All right. I don't know. How do I just choose one of them? I don't really care. Let's go with this one. All right. I just wanted to be bigger to see it. All right. So this is a common issue where mocking method channels, especially for complex plugin like Google Mobile Apps, the error format exception message corrupted happened because your mock method handler is returning a raw Dart map, but the plugin's test code is expecting that data to be encoded as byte data using a standard method codec. When the plugin code tries to decode your raw map, it fails, causing format exception. The quick fix: encode your mock response. You can fix this by manually encoding your mock response using the standard method codec before returning them. This converts your Dart map into a byte data format the channel expects. So here's your corrected setup block. What's the other option? Let me see. The recommended fix: use the official mock package. Manually mocking Google Mobile Mock or Google Mobile Ads plugin is very fragile, as you've discovered. The plugin authors provide an official mocking package to handle this for you. This is much more robust and long term. All right, so let's do that then. We are going to say we're going to add this dependency to, let's do the, let's see if this is going to work. Let's do the 2-screen mode. Let's see if this is gonna work. We are gonna go to my mouse. All right, there we go. This is gonna be inside of the pub spec. And we are gonna go to dev dependencies. And there we go. And then we are gonna go in here and we're gonna say Flutter pub get. Could not find the package. What? What? All right, so it's not fair. So let's see if there's a package that exists over here. To mock Google mobile ads, Flutter, you generally do not need to create explicit mocks for the ad instances themselves in the typical sense because ads are platform-specific UI. Using test ad units, code level mocking for unit. All right, there we go. Code level mocking for unit test and widget test. For pure unit or simple widgets that need to verify business logic without actually trying to render an ad widget, you can abstract the add function behind your own service or class and then mock the service using package like Mockito or Mocktail. Implement the real server. All right, so I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'm going to say let's go to Gemini. I got this error when trying to install Google mobile ads mocks. Not cool. What? What's going on here? Let's refresh. I got this error when trying to install the mocks. What the heck? Let me see if there's something that's causing this to happen. Network. Send. What is your malfunction? Console? What is this? Action has been blocked. What? Let me see if I take some of this stuff out. That is so weird. Never seen that before. Okay, I guess we're not going there. Well, I guess in this case, we'll just do the first option. So inside of the, I guess we'll take it out of this. And your corrected code inside of the instead of here, we're gonna go to, is there a setup method in here? There is a setup method in here. We're gonna take that setup method. Place it with that. I don't know if anything changed, but let's go to let's see what happens with this one. Still fails. Message corrupted. I don't know what's going on with Gemini. Must be something wrong with them. All right. Well, I'm gonna try here again then. I am trying to run the test for validate title is correct, but I'm getting this error. Can you tell me what's wrong and how to fix it? Ask. All right. All right, the recommended approach is to use the mobile ads platform interface to create your own mock implementation. However, a much simpler, more common solution for widget testing is to avoid initializing them, which is the approach we were taking before. Now that I thought I told you not to do it. I thought I said I'll do it myself, but okay. Now that I'm in the code mode, I'll correct the pubsec by removing the non-existent. I thought I did, okay. I see, I would now remove, okay, it was already done. I removed the incorrect dependency. Now I'll run Flutter 2K. Very disappointed that my Gemini stopped working on me. Let me see. I was gonna try to do everything itself and trying to charge us a bunch of money. Let's see. Now that I don't like that it's doing this for me. See the price is going up. I don't know what's going on with Gemini. Let me see if I go to another Gemini. To write some widget tests in Flutter, and I'm getting this error. Something's wrong with Gemini. I don't know what it is. See, is this working? Nope. Gemini is not working right now. All right, so let's see what's going on over here then. So, all right. Let me see. Let's see here. Single child scroll 1398. Where is main? Why is this broken? This is weird. What is that are broken over here? Removing extra positional arguments. All right. $14.06. Let me see something. What happened over here? This is right. So if we try to run the app, right? So if we go to let's see, this one. But something is broken. Or at least it looks like it. Let's go to that, and we're gonna go to. Oh, it's not. Let's do. Let's do. All right, we're gonna do. Or no. Why is it not there? All configuration. All right, all configurations. Where's the regular? All right, so let's go to Flutter. Okay, there we go. Flutter main run. Let's see if we can even start up the app because it looks like a bunch of stuff is broken. Yeah, it's totally broken. And that's why I like to do these changes manually because it looks like trying to like when it goes on its mission to write these unit tests, it's just gonna break stuff left and right, and I hate that. You know how they say I like that, I love that for you. Well, I hate that for me. See, something's definitely missing over here. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. We're moving until we can figure out. Did I write that a long time ago? Hmm. Let me see. Let's see if we can get a get history. I don't know if I want to reset head. I do want to see a let's see. 11/4. That was last week. Set a main. If we go to where's the main folder? Here. And we go to Git, show history. the last change? Okay, the last change on the branch is 9.3. So what if we don't do that? We do local history, show history. And if we do, I don't think there's anything. Let's say we go back to so we have this. But there should be nothing wrong with this one in particular. And then here is where it starts to change stuff all over the place, right? So let's go back to this one. Revert, select.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Let's go back here. And we are going to make sure that this is added in our pub spec. That's crazy that they removed it. It's so dumb that they just removed it. All right, so if we go to, like I said, like these tools are not the best at writing your test for you. So that's why like, I wanted to take control of it myself, but it kept like every time I asked it a question, it's trying to take control, you know? Let's do Flutter Hub get. All right, now if I try to run this, it shouldn't get any errors. Or not. I thought this was the plugin requires a higher. All right, that's so weird. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. We'll figure that out. Weird stuff are happening today. And it's like I said before, I do not trust AI with writing these unit tests and these widget tests because it just starts doing anything and everything that it wants, and it leads us down a path of total destruction and annihilation. Let's see if there's anything in the chat. If not, we'll go to our second break time conversation. Nope, nothing new. All right, we're going to get into our second break time topic of the night. Let's see. We are going to... Let's go over to... Kids. This article, also brought to us by CNBC, says stop asking your kids how their day is going, because you will be raising weak kids if you ask them how they're doing, according to them, right? So let's jump into it to see what they're talking about. I have not read this yet. Hold on one second. This thing is here again. Getting rid of some things on the screen before we get into it. All right, let's go and do it. So this article says, stop, halt, do not go there. Stop asking how was school today. To raise successful, mentally strong kids, ask these 7 questions instead. Let's see what they're talking about. And let me know. Do you ask your kids these questions? Would you ask your kids these questions? And if you do, what's their response? What is their response? All right. And are they mentally strong? Do you have mentally strong kids? Oh, isn't that the cutest little girl right there? All right. It says, my child, let me zoom in one more. Ooh, that's a big one. All right. So it says, my child won't tell me anything about their day. It's a common concern I hear from parents in my psychotherapy office. They're hoping to gain a glimpse into their child's world, but asking how was school today usually leads to one word answer. So I will tell you this, right? When I was a kid, and my sister who's younger than me, she was also a kid. When I would come home from school and my parents would ask me, how was school today? I would say, good. When my sister would get home and they ask her, how was school today? Expect a good 3-hour detailed explanation, play by play of how school was, what happened, how my sister got mustard on her shirt. She would always get mustard on her shirt. How she get mustard on her shirt, what Sally, Susie, Jonathan, and Alan all did, and how her day turned out and everything like that. My day, good. If it was good, if it was bad, if it was easy, if it was hard, good. Right? As a therapist and author of 13 Things Mentally Strong Parents Don't Do, I encourage parents to ask questions that are thoughtful and spark meaningful conversations. When kids reflect on their experiences, they practice skills like emotional awareness, problem solving, and empathy, and develop a growth mindset. Here are 7 questions that lead to productive conversations while also helping kids grow mentally stronger. So we're going to go through these 7 questions. Let me know if you ask your kids these questions, or if you plan to ask your kids these questions if you have kids. Maybe you don't have kids and you have a nephew or a niece or something like that, right? Or maybe the neighborhood kid. It's, what was the best part of your day? That's a great question, actually. That's a good question. This question encourages kids to scan their brains for positives. For children who dislike school or tend to focus on what went wrong, answering this question helps them build optimism and gratitude, which are both protective factors for mental health. Frame the question with your own experience, saying, the best part of my day was going for a walk during my lunch break. That would not be the best part of my day. All right, normally the best part of my day is when I am working on something very, very complicated, and all of a sudden, it starts to work. It is. Like, I've been working, I work in video industry, right? And I was trying to test these live streams that were happening. And it was crazy what our test server was doing, removing things. It was working perfectly fine. I add the stream and then it works. And then I try that stream again and boom, it explodes. Like, nope, it told me.
Do not come.
It did. So I figured out a workaround to get it to work, and I was so excited. That was the high point of my day, right? Yeah, and the dishwasher working. That was also another high point, because the dishwasher actually worked. It could have been a total disaster, but the dishwasher actually worked. I was like, oof, there we go. There we go.
They ain't believing us.
Right. It says, frame. All right. So it says, what about you? Your child might share a highlight like, I played kickball at recess. It says, number 2, what's a mistake you learned from today? This one normalizes errors and celebrates healthy risk-taking. Talking openly about mistakes reduces shame and helps kids see them as opportunities for growth. You guys know I have one of my favorite videos on this channel is the Failing Forward video. I believe that failure is just another attempt unless you quit. Failure is delayed victory, delayed success, delayed results. And even with failure, you do have results. They're not the results that you're looking for, but it tests your hypothesis on what not to try. So I do like this as well. What mistakes did you learn from today? Ask with a tone of curiosity, not judgment. So don't like, what mistakes did you make today, right? That's not the tone that you're supposed to take. You should take the tone of, so like, what are some mistakes you made today? And like, what are some mistakes that you came across today? What are some things that you failed at, and that you're thinking about, how can I make this work in a different way? You know, I am always of the engineering mindset. I saw my son today, or not today, but I seen him. He's like inventing stuff. It's like, oh, I made this thing where he puts a string to something else and he throws it and it comes back at him. I was like, wow, very, very engineering mindset, right? Did anything happen today that you do differently next time? This might prompt them to say, I forgot my library book, so I'm going to pack it tonight so I don't forget. Okay. Next up, who were you proud of today? It works because it turns their attention to others and cultivates empathy. You will also gain insights into your child's relationship and what they value. All right, let's. If I had to be honest, which I will be, I think that my child would probably answer the same way that I might answer that question. If you ask me, who are you proud of today? I would probably say myself. I probably would. I'm just being honest. I have to get my sound bites where I'm just being honest. Oh, it's hard not having it. It says, make the question more specific by asking, for example, did you see anyone who try really hard at something today? Myself. Your child may talk about a friend who was brave or might give themselves a pat on the back and say, my friend forgot her snack, so I shared mine. How does that make you proud? I mean, that would be proud at myself, not at my friend, which there is nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. All right. I'm just going to, don't let them tell you that something's wrong with being proud of yourself, because guess what? No one should work harder than you. You should always be proud of yourself. That's just my 2 cents. Another question. What's one thing that would have made today better if I had figured out how to solve the issues that I was dealing with earlier in the day? That would make today better. The question helps kids identify feelings like frustration and disappointment without dwelling on those experiences. It naturally opens the doors to problem solving and planning. You can ask in a fun way, such as, if you had a magic wand to change one thing about today, what would it be? This can lead to creative ideas like, I wish there was more time for my art project, so maybe I'll bring it home to finish it. Okay? Another question. Who did you help today? You can empower kids to engage in pro-social behavior with questions like this. When you ask regularly, kids begin to look for opportunities to be helpful, and acts of kindness become second nature. Ask about small acts of contribution. How were you a helper today? They might remember something simple like, I helped the teacher pass out papers. All right, number 6. What's the most interesting thing that you learned today? It emphasizes curiosity over academic performance. Showing interest in learning processes itself fuels lifelong learning. Encourages kids to talk about what they've learned aside from just their subjects. They may share a fun fact like, I learned that my teacher knows how to play the violin. Show interest and ask follow-up questions to keep the conversation going. I'll tell you this. My kid is always teaching me dinosaur names, and now he's learning how to speak to the, what do you call that thing? The Google Pod, the Hey Google stuff. But yeah, it's like, and he'll say, hey, you know who? How do you say this crazy dinosaur's name? And he knows the craziest dinosaur names. All right. How do I say it in Spanish? I'm like, is it be the same thing? I don't know. All right, the last one. What's something new you'd like to try? This nudges kids to look outside their comfort zone and encourages them to be courageous. They don't have to be good at something in order to try something new. It's a learning experience. If your child hesitates to try new things, encourage them to experiment by asking, is there a club or activity you're curious about? Just trying once, they may be more likely to explore if they know they don't have to stick with it forever. These are some pretty good questions, I must say. They're not bad. I can see myself incorporating some of them in some different things. Let me know. Do you ask your kid any of these type of questions about their day, not just how was school today or how was your day today? Because when I ask my kid, how are you? He's like, I'm doing good. So maybe I'll ask what's the most interesting thing you learned today? I'm going to ask him that once we're done with this live stream. I'm going to ask him that, and I'm going to let you guys know on Thursday how that went. All right. But that is it. Let me know your thoughts. Are you going to ask these questions to your kid? Let me know. All right. But that is it. Let me see the chat really quick. My guy, Rod Brown, says that is wild. All right, we have one last segment to get underway tonight. Push this a little bit further more. Let me see if Let's see if Gemini is working. All right. I'm going to throw up 20 minutes on the clock, and then we'll do a little bit more work, and then we'll call it a day. This thing is acting weird, so who knows? Who knows? All right.
It's time to do.
All right. So it says the plugin. I thought we already had this minimum SDK thing. Something must have reverted or something. Let's go to build.gradle. And let's go for default config 21. Okay, maybe we never did have that as 23. Okay, let's try that. And let's try that again. Let's see. And while that's doing that, I'm going to go to Gemini. I don't know if Gemini is working. Let's see. How can I prevent Kilo code from writing code and just answering questions? Oh, it's not working tonight. Okay, well, fair enough. It says your project requires a newer version of Kotlin Gradle. I thought we did that already. That is so weird. The version, all right. Alternatively, if your project was created before 3.19, it probably was. Find the latest version. Then update the version to the plugin. The plugins block of. Okay, so let's see how we can. Let's see, brew install Kotlin Gradle, or see, maybe it's Gradle. Oh, there is a Gradle. Okay, let's see what happens with that. All right, Gradle is installed. All right, so Gradle is installed. Let's see if that works. Well, no, then they say go. All right, let's do. Before we do that, Gradle version. Gradle 9.20. Okay. 9.2. So if we go to back over here and it says, oh wait, your project requires a new version of Kotlin Gradle plugin. Okay, how do I get the Kotlin Gradle plugin then? There we go here. And Kotlin, check for ID updates. There is an update. I don't know if we really need that right now. All right, let's go to plugins. Installed. Let's see if there is a all right, there's a Kotlin Kotlin is bundled. How would we upgrade that though? Kotlin multi-platform? Oh, that's what we need. Wait, let's see. It currently supports Mac OS. Write business logic and UI once and run your app on awesome. JetBrains. I don't know. It says find the. All right, so let's go to this website real quick. Let's go here. Kotlin releases. A tooling release support for Xcode 26. Released October 23rd. 2.2. So what if we go and we also say brew install Kotlin? Okay, Kotlin's getting updated too. I don't know if that's going to fix our problem though. Let me try again. All right, so let's take a look at these errors. Was compiled with an incompatible version of Kotlin. The binary version of its metadata is 2.1, expected a version of 1.8. The binary version of its metadata is 2.1. Your project requires a newer version of Kotlin Gradle plugin. Find the, all right. Update the version of the, okay, so the latest is 2.2. And all right, so settings.gradle. Let's go into here. And let's search for Kotlin, which is not in here. Then update. Why did it not be? It should be in here. Let me see. Maybe another settings.gradle. That is, oh, there's a bunch of them in here. Inside the Android folder. That's the one. So, alternative, your project was created before. Ooh, let's try build.gradle then. Maybe it's in the build.gradle. And we're looking for Kotlin. Oops. Kotlin. Okay, there we go. Kotlin options. So I don't see that one in particular. I don't see that one. Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh, it's not there. All right, let's see if this exists anywhere. Okay, Kotlin version inside of, okay, so it isn't, all right, there it goes. Build.gradle. And we want it to be, 2.2.21. Okay, let's try that. So, was compiled with an incompatible version of content. The binary version of its metadata is 2.1. Expected version. Where is it expecting that? Let's go to. Oh, would it be that one? I don't think so. Maybe. Let's go here as well. Oops. 2.2.21. And let's try to run it again. Where is it looking for that 1.8? Browser, nope. I don't know where it's looking for that at. Let's see if I search for that 1.8.0. No. All right, let's go to. Is there settings for new projects? Project structure, SDK, 35. Global libraries, platform settings. I don't see a Kotlin thing yet. Project, modules, libraries, Flutter plugins. Is there a Kotlin one in there? Nope. A little perplexed by this one. Let's see. Was compiled with an incompatible version of Kotlin. All right, let's do a Kotlin version. Okay. Kotlin version 2.2.21 release. I don't think that I have nothing to do with it. Okie dokie. So if we go here and they say, all right, where is this defined? Oh, up there. I don't know where he's getting that from. Let's go to, if we look for 2.21 Kotlin version, 2.21 Kotlin version. All these are using the same stuff. Oh. Let's say, all right, I'm gonna say when trying to run the app, I keep getting this error. Put that in there, and we're gonna say that's gonna go to debug, send the message. And that's why I don't like it to make code changes for me. I'd like to walk through it myself, because you'll have a working app that changes. All right. So they did a Flutter run to get the latest one. Upgrading build.gradle. That's what we have to do? All right. So this says the plugin web view requires Android 36 version. The version only understands up to 3. I have to manage these command permissions to do. Get a little bit more control over what it's doing. It seems the app is running, but there were some issues. I'll wait for the app to fully launch. All right, let's try that again. Inspecting current promise was ignored. I thought I fixed this already. Min version. Oh, inside the app folder. Min SDK. Oh God. Where is this defined at? Min SDK. Oops. They have to have this because, like, I hate that. Probably like some external spot, but whatever. Okay, fine. So this is going to be 23. That is so annoying. It's like, this was already that way. I don't know. It's dumb. Okay, back to this error. I had to update the min SDK, and I'm back to this error. That. Oops, I probably put too much in there. Should have not done Control A. I understand. It seems that the message min SDK has reintroduced the Kotlin version conflict. The error message module was compiled with an incompatible version. The binary is 2.1, indicates that the dependency is using newer Kotlin than your project. This is happening because the play services add library, which is a dependency of that, requires a new version of Kotlin. Since we've had made trouble, it's not essential to core function. What? Remove what? What the hell? Are you kidding me? How the hell do you just decide to remove my functionality? What the hell? Thank you for not going through. That was just stupid. That's crazy. Feel like I need to play one of these songs. Where is it? Later, Rod Brown. You have a great evening, family. telling you. I'm just gonna change my stuff like that. That is crazy. Am I wrong here? Am I the one that's wrong for this? Okay, I guess we're gonna have to undo this.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
How dare you? How dare you? Just decide to. We're gonna need some guardrails around here. We're gonna need some guardrails because you are not going to kill my vibe. You are not going to kill my vibe. See that? Look at that. I just took it. Oh, you son of a. We're gonna revert that bad boy. Got some nerve. You got some nerve. Let's restore this one. Is it in this one? Current before 9:37. What did they have before today? 9:4. What was 9:4? No, we want this. I think we want up to here. I'm gonna revert this again. Because I don't know what the hell it's doing. We just decided to up and delete my stuff. Let's go to pub flutter pubget. Oops. Pubget. I don't know what's going on with this side. Flutter pubget. And running. Run it again. Oh, it's coming up. Right, so that's coming up. Let's see. Okie dokie. All right, so that's working. I don't see the banners for some reason. Ads. Ad size. Where are my ads? Whatever. The hell ever. I'm done with this. I am done. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I am not doing this anymore tonight. It's been a good run. It has been a good run tonight. We're gonna get into one last topic before we actually wrap it up, because this is a good one. This is a good one. All right, let's do this. So, last and final topic of tonight. The word of the year. The word of the year is vibe coding. The vibe officially killed.
How dare you?
All right, so let's read this BBC. So I'm gonna throw this in here as well, right? The last time I reviewed a video, right? I reviewed a video about Mr. Elon Musk and introducing Grokpedia to combat Wikipedia because he believes that Wikipedia is too quote unquote woke. Someone left me a comment saying that they actually said,
How dare you?
You're an American, which I am proud to be an American. How could you be using a French news source? I was like, what's wrong with using a French news source? So this one is from the BBC, right? British Broadcasting something, whatever the C stands for, right? So we're going to read this about vibe coding. Vibe coding named Word of the Year by Collins. I don't even know Webster and Merriam, or Merriam-Webster and Oxford. I don't know who the hell is Collins, right? Anyways, so it says, if you ever wanted to create your own computer program but never learned how to code, you might try vibe coding. It says, Collins Dictionary, let me zoom in a little bit more on this. Collins Dictionary word of the year, which is confusingly made up of 2 words, is the art of making an app or website by describing it to artificial intelligence rather than writing programming code manually. So I disagree with this definition, or maybe it's a 2-part definition. Maybe there's, you know how they'll say like this word means this and then this word means this, because I believe that, and I asked this on X the other day. Vibe coding was writing code without a clear direction or purpose, you know, prototyping and stuff like that. You don't have like stories and stuff like that. But it seems like vibe coding, the term vibe coding has been taken over by meaning that you don't know what the hell you're doing and AI is writing the code for you. But I would say that if you have a clear direction and plan of what you want to do and you're feeding that into the AI to help you accomplish those goals, that is not necessarily vibe coding. It's using AI as your software engineer, but I don't think that's necessary. It might not be a vibe, or it might have started off as a vibe, but your vibe might have got killed, right? The term was coined in February by OpenAI co-founder Andrej Karpathy, who came up with the name to represent how AI can let some programmers forget that the code even exists and give into the vibes while making a computer program. It was one of the 10 words on a short list to reflect the mood, language, and preoccupations of 2025. I don't know. I see a lot of people who are vibe coding who are absolutely miserable. By giving an AI tool a simple description such as make me a program that schedules my weekly meals, people can use vibe coding to make basic apps without any previous programming knowledge. The more complicated tools still require skills, but the practice has opened up creating digital platforms to non-coders. That's true. As many, or why can't we just call it coding with AI? As many have discovered, it isn't perfect, with no guarantee the code will actually work or be free of bugs. That is true. That is true. Alex Beecroft, the managing director of Collins, said the term perfectly captures how language is evolving alongside technology. Clankers and broligarchy. Not all the words necessarily first emerged in 2025, but Collins decided that this was the year they became popular. For example, clanker, a term used to describe robots in Star Wars games. Magneto, do you know the word clanker? In Star Wars games and movies since the mid-2000s, made the list after it went viral on TikTok in July as people shared their frustrations with AI-powered machines. While aura farming, people doing things for the sake of looking cool, often when they know they're being filmed, was first used in January of 2024, but became increasingly popular over the course of 2025. I have never heard the word aura farming. Have you guys ever heard the word aura farming? I personally have not. And the post-Manto broligarchy took off in 2024 to describe the owner of the world's biggest technology companies and their purported political influence, and was used frequently in 2025 following the appearance of many of the bosses at US President Donald Trump's inauguration. The broligarch, I didn't hear that. I never heard of that word either, but that sounds pretty cool. The other definitions in the short list were biohacking, the activity of altering the natural process of one's body in an attempt to improve one's health and longevity. I have heard of biohacking, definitely heard of that one. It's coolcation, a holiday in a place with a cool climate. That one I've never heard of. It also sounds dumb. That word just sounds dumb. All right. Sorry. If you use that word, I apologize. With all due respect, that sounds dumb. Glaze, to praise or flatter someone excessively or undeservingly. I have heard the word glaze before. And then we have the word Henry, acronym for high earner, not rich yet, or a person who has not accrued substantial wealth from their high income. That term, I believe, was coined by the late Kevin Samuels. I'm surprised that it made the list. Micro retirement, a break taken between periods of employment in order to pursue personal interests, or it's also called being laid off. There's that as well. And then task masking, the act of giving a false impression that one is being productive in the workplace. I hear you. I hear you. That's it. That is it. So, vibe coding wins word. If it doesn't have the hyphen, that it's 2 words, but if it does have the hyphen, that is 1 word. Vibe dash coding wins words of the year.
Said it was a 5, but it's 6 feet deep. Now I'm digging through the rubble of the plans I keep. You flip the switch, you flip the script. Left me stranded on a sinking ship.
I asked for one thing, just one, but you spun a web. Now it's all undone. Chasing tails, chasing ghosts, losing myself in the cold out holes.
You said it was a vibe, a vibe I could ride, but now it's...
That's how I am feeling tonight. My vibe has been killed by Gemini going down on me at pause. That sounded so bad. All right, anyways, by Gemini not working tonight, and by this thing just destroying all my code. So I have to fix that. I'll figure it out. All of that good stuff, right? But we're gonna get out of here tonight. Remember, tomorrow we are going to tomorrow noon Eastern time. We have, what do you call it? Software explorations. We're going to be looking into the plugin inspired by Rod Brown at 11:52 p.m. that to create a plugin for OBS for YouTube videos. I'm going to make it available in the Patreon shortly after this stream with the ability to download it, all of that good stuff. All right. But that is it. That is it for tonight. I will see you live. So I'll see you tomorrow at noon. I will see you live on Thursday night. We're going to be trying out a little C++. See how that goes. Trying to redeem myself from college. All that good stuff. But until then, my friends, my family, all of you guys take care. Techotrough, we are out.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yeah. Thought you was riding. Thought you was 10 toes down. The second something shiny came, you folded. It's cool though. You just tell me how to move. Watch this. Used to think we was a unit, thought the back was covered. Thought you was my dog, man, thought you was my brother. Smiling in my face, shit, you really played a part. Acting like you with me, had me giving you my heart. But the loyalty was past, man, that shit was see-through. Waiting for your moment, that's what fake ones be do. Soon as opportunity came knocking on the door, you ain't even hesitate, you just wanna ask for more. You ain't look back once, you went your own way. Show me who you were, man, I got nothing left to say. I ain't mad, I ain't bitter, ain't no salt to spill. You just lit a fire, man, you just made the focus real. You just gave me fuel, man, I'm moving only faster. I ain't got no time for what a flaky person says. I am on a mission, you are in my way. I'm cutting off the dead weight, I don't care who suffers. If you ain't with vision, then you're undercovers. Sleeping on the grind, I am wide awake. Every year you handed me just taught me what to take. And I'm taking everything I am putting first. All that fake love, man, it was a damn curse. Now the curse is broken, now I see the path. You just woke the monster, you can do the math. Yeah, this a full court, press it, I ain't letting up. Put myself first, I'm feeling my own cup. No empathy, no sympathy, I'm on my purpose. see. I'm on the line, you are just a ghost, man, a lesson that I learned. Thanks for showing me that my own back is all I earn. So I'm holding it down, I'm the one I trust. Turning all the betrayal right in the dust. Watch me build an empire while you watch me from the side. Should've stayed down, man, you should've learned to ride. Full court present. All focus, all out. No sympathy. Yeah. Locked in. Purpose.